obviously contender, former two-division champ at WL stuff. What does that mean, and where does that put you in the division now, you think?
Um, what does it mean to me? It means a lot. You know, beating somebody of that caliber is definitely um, what's the word? I wouldn't say it reassures me because I have all the confidence in the world. You know, if anything, it's just me letting the world know that hey, you know, I may have, you know, everybody wins, everybody loses, but you know, I'm good. So that's pretty much it. Let everybody know that I'm good enough to be in here with the very best in the world.
Takedowns were a big part of round one. How did you adjust to that moving into round two, and how did you feel on the bottom in round one?
I felt unthreatened at all. As you saw, I didn't spend too much time on the bottom. You know, only thing people can do if they're on top of me is hold me down. Because as soon as they try to gain leverage to land some shots, I'm getting up. You know, we train. I train at the best gym in the world, and they know that you know I'm a predominant striker, so they're going to close up all the holes in my game, which is essentially grappling, wrestling, which is what people think is a hole in my game. But maybe it's me playing possum. Who knows? But I got up. You know, he can take me down, but I'm gonna get up. And if I can't get up, you ain't gonna be able to hit me. So again, I've said this before in other interviews. If I get taken down, I'm gonna get up. If I end up on top, fight's over, as you saw.
What do you think is next for you moving forward? Do you want to call out anybody or whatever Dana gives you?
What's next for me is I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna kiss my wife, hug my kids, and I'm gonna go back to the gym Monday and get right back to work, getting better. That's the only thing. That's the only thing that concerns me is getting better. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and say that I'm the best, but I will say that I am continuing to get better. And as far as who is next for me, again, you know, I don't get paid to make matches. I get paid to fight. So I'm gonna leave that up to whoever else want to do that matchmaking.
Jared, I think you said in the cage you credited your wife for helping you with the weight cut, making it easy. Was she cooking? What did she do?
Well, she cooks it, I eat it. So she wasn't cooking a lot of fried chicken and T-bone steaks and stuff, you know. She said, you're going to have a salad today. You know, I get a little grumpy about, oh, salad? Ugh. But, you know, I guess I've developed a taste for them. You know, vegetables are good. Fruit is good. And so, yeah, I let her be disciplined for me, you know. So she makes the food and I'll eat it.
Was there a little bit of a lifestyle change in that regard?
Not necessarily, no. Again, you know, she cooks it, I eat it. So she, you know, made the adjustment. Hey, if you're gonna go down to 85, you know, you're gonna have to eat this, you're gonna have to eat that. And she's smart too, you know. She actually did some studying, figuring out what I should eat, when I should eat it. I went to the PI. They gave us a good plan on when to eat certain foods that would help my body adjust and burn more fat and be more effective, you know, have more energy and not get drained from trying to lose weight and stuff. So I felt great. I felt great throughout the entire camp. You know, I don't feel weak at all. I'm as strong as ever. I'm as fit as ever. So yeah.
Hey, does coming down from the higher weights give you extra confidence when you come into the fight at this weight?
No, man. A middleweight is only a light heavyweight who's very disciplined. You know, they just cut more weight, I feel. Branch definitely felt strong in there. You know, he had a good clamp on him. Had a good clamp, especially when he locked his hands. But there is, you know, the advantage of them not being, you know, 20 pounds heavier on fight night. And of course, Branch had a reach advantage. He had like a half inch or inch reach advantage. You know, he's a little bit taller, but most of the other guys at middleweight aren't 6'4" and 80-inch reaches and stuff. So that's, you know, for future fights, that's an advantage I definitely will take. That's something I definitely will take advantage of, is not having that size disadvantage.
Mm-hmm. In terms of what's up next for you, dream scenario, what would you like 2019 to look like for you?
Wins. Okay. Getting better. Okay, and that's going to translate into wins and $1 million contract, maybe $1 million sponsorship. You know, everybody's getting Popeyes and Carl's Jr.'s, which really isn't conducive to fighting. So I don't know, man. So if there's any high-profile sponsors that want ripped abs on their billboards and stuff like that, hit me up. I'm at the Killer Gorilla MMA on Instagram and Twitter. So hit me up.
Can I ask you? I overheard before you came on stage speaking to Mr. Henderson, black and white socks, something about energy. Can I ask what that's about?
Well, it's as far as black and white socks, it's a different thing. It was about it's about energy, vibration, sending and receiving energy, which is essentially what martial arts is. My opponent gives his energy and he receives the energy, and I do the same thing. It's a very deep Kemetic, ancient Egyptian, ancient African sciences and stuff that a lot of people don't know anything about. So, that's essentially where I've been changing my spiritual system. I've gotten back to my roots. Where I've come from, where my ancestors come from. And again, I thank those two gentlemen in the cage, those two names that I dropped in the cage, Jamar Milton and Young Pharaoh. Those two have really opened my eyes to certain truths that aren't being taught, especially here in the Western world. So, I'm here I'm taking all this information, all this energy, and ingraining it into myself, and I'm using it, And as you guys saw, I received his energy. I gave my energy. We did the dance, and thank goodness I came out victorious. And hopefully it was enough to receive a bonus. Are you serious? Give me that. Hang on, here we go. Boom. Man. So yes, yes. I don't even know what to say.
Real quick, I don't know if you know when you enter the cage, you were mimicking.
No, I wasn't
insulting
mimicking.
him.
I wasn't insulting. I wasn't mimicking. When a dog walks down the street and he smells another dog is pissed right here in his territory. So when I love Israel, I'm a huge fan of his. Okay, no insult, no disrespect. Okay, but when he walks in the cage, that's his thing. That's his cage. When I walk into the cage, the octagon, that's my octagon. So I'm going to mark my territory and make my presence known. So whoever else walks in there, they can get a whiff of that well-hydrated piss, and they'll know that the Killer Gorilla has been here. So it's not a mimic. I don't mimic anybody. I do what I do. This is me. That's all me. That's real. I ain't playing no games. I'm not trying to disrespect anybody. You know what I'm saying? It was just, that's what dogs do. No, I wasn't calling them out. That's what if people know how dogs act, then they wouldn't, read too much into it. But people don't. People like to, put their little things into it, I respect them. If we end up fighting, we'll end up fighting. It's just another person who I'm going to be fighting. Like I always say, anybody, anytime, anywhere. And I'm going to prepare the best I can for whoever. For everybody, as a matter of fact. For the very best, that's who I prepare for. And the very best and the very worst is myself. So I'm here to be better than myself, not be better than anybody else. I'm trying to be better than the person I was yesterday. So everybody else, get behind thee. The most important thing is about me.
Hey, Jared, you were leaving the cage, and it looked like Dana grabbed you and he had a conversation with you. Like, what was going on, man? Is it something you can talk about? It seemed like he was having a pretty long conversation there.
Yeah, he was, when I first made my light heavyweight debut, Dana was excited at the performance that I put on. He sees the potential. Dana has an eye for fights, as we all know. This is why he's the man who he is. And he was excited. And then he saw what I did here at middleweight. I excited him again. Evidently, I got the bonus. So he's excited. He's what's the word? Excited. But sky. He understands sky's the limit, especially with my striking. He was saying that if this kid can get some wrestling defense, sky's the limit. And as we saw tonight, my wrestling has come a long way. Still has room for improvement, which is why I said Monday I'm getting right back into the gym. We're getting right back to work. I'm going to break down all the mistakes I made tonight, all the mistakes I've ever made. We're going to be better than I am tonight. Tomorrow I'm going to be better than I am tonight. And every day we're going to get better. And that's essentially our moniker, 1% better. It's who everybody's moniker essentially, but that's what we say in our gym. You know, we're here to get better. We're not here to play around. So, yeah. Thank you.